Spine-tingling stuff, a dramatic, fiery Sipi Tau led by Sonatani Takolua, and then Dane Coles leading Kamate, during which time the Tongan team advanced up to halfway. I think they're ready for it, Justin.
Absolutely. That was outstanding. It really was. The All Blacks haka. Tonga walking forward. It's now time to reset, get those emotions in check, make sure that you get your games management in place and start well. That'll be the message.
And it's Richie Mo'unga with the kickoff here at Mount Smart. 15th Test venue in New Zealand for the All Blacks. Up against this new-look Tongan side. So many new faces, and they'll look for a settled start. High kick early on to test Richie Mo'unga, but as so often, he's ready for it. But good work, well, initially from the Tongan team to drive over, but it's picked up by Akira Ioane, and an opportunity for the All Blacks to get underway. Sam Whitelock taken out in midfield. Mo'unga now, little delay, and then on to Rieko Ioane. The offload to Jacobson, Luke Jacobson back into the side, and making good inroads. Kuntupaya, his first touch in Test rugby, and it's secure. Barrett now taking play up to the 22. Tonga already having to make tackles. Numbers away to the left. Coles, McKenzie fires it away to George Bridge. Good cover tackle made. Takalua got across, but McKenzie's in the corner.
Blockbuster start from the All Blacks. Wasn't a bad exit by any means from Tonga. Playing under penalty advantage, though, the All Blacks started to get to work. Once they got it to the midfield, it was a very important offload from Rieko Ioane. There's one there from the All Black centre. Great to see him back in black. Jacobson, he'll always power through tackles. Here's the flick on from Mo'unga. Nice little shift, and the one there just to clear the space from Ioane. Nice little tip on from Coles. Excellent cover tackle from Fiver that stopped Bridge late, but then a little pick up and pass on the blind side to Damien McKenzie, who after this offload made his way to the touchline. There's the tackle. Watch McKenzie circle around the back. In comes the offload off the ground from Weber. McKenzie goes in.
Well, All Black coach during the week, Justin spoke about the micro skills that he wanted to get back to, and it's all on the show there. Those little transfers you spoke about, running at depth, those little back balls, holding deep, and it just drew in the defensive Tonga. Great start.
A great start for Damien McKenzie, who missed the tail end of Super Rugby Trans-Tasman after being red-carded against the Reds. So what a good beginning. But it was the surety of the handling that'll impress the coaching staff. And now Richie Mo'unga from wide out. First try, hadn't had to wait too long for it, just 2 minutes. Here's Mo'unga, conversion just floating away to the left, but the All Blacks have the early lead with the try by Damien McKenzie. Barely 2 minutes into the new season, and they're on the board through this man. Long kick goes down to Will Jordan, to Paya. They'll run into some solid defence. Samuela Morley involved the hooker. Mo'unga though, well, they're willing to spread it early. George Bridge will kick ahead. Coming across James Fiver, the fullback. He's got a good left foot on him and looks for some space. Nicely taken, calling for the mark, and claiming it nicely was Will Jordan before it went into touch.
10 metres.
Takes the tap quickly, hammers it away downfield. Salmaki back there in jersey 14, but it's again the left foot of Fiver, this time going high. Easily, nicely taken by Mo'unga, turning it back on the inside to Paya. They're breaking tackles. Whitelock moves it on to Jacobson. Well, trouble early on here for Tonga. Busting through is Papali'i. He's away. 4 minutes on the clock and they're in again.
Just an outstanding skill set of the ability to keep the ball alive in contact. Goes all the way back to Will Jordan, who made the long kick downfield. From there, off the return kick, Mo'unga with his dazzling footwork, but keeping it alive, started from Tupaia. The offload also from Sam Whitelock. Then again, the pop pass from Jacobson. One defender to beat, had to be made, wasn't. Papali'i, the All Blacks, while they are on fire, Tonga in trouble early.
Yeah, they are, Marsh. And I think it's on the back of some wayward kicking. First we saw the exit that didn't go far, and then they kicked in. The chase wasn't good, and they're missing tackles like that because they're having to rush their defensive line.
Well, Mo'unga, whose silky skills set it alight, adds the extras. The offload just too hot to handle. Tonga no chance to set their defence, and the All Blacks already lead by 12-0. Dalton Papali'i coming off an outstanding season with the Blues. And for the third time already, a restart. Mo'unga kicking deep. Five up, waiting for it. What does he do this time? Again, the tactic is to put the ball high, but it's just too easy at the back. But Jordan breaks the first couple. Great strength to stay on his feet just as he was losing his balance. McKenzie, very prominent early on at first receiver. Papali'i making ground. McKenzie again. They go wide. Rico Ioane gets it away to his brother, and here's Bridge in space. George Bridge. He's got Weber with him. And the All Blacks are in again. 3 tries in 6 minutes.
Oh, the All Blacks. They're absolutely running riot here. Tonga very guilty of kicking the ball back to a team that are prepared to counter-attack from all parts of the field. Again, Fiver opted for the high ball. It was Jordan again that caught it. From there, McKenzie, just a nice pass. He came in as first receiver twice, got the width on the pass. Nice offload from out wide, Ioane. And again, supporting on the inside, Brad Weber. They are absolutely leaking tries big time, Tonga.
Yeah, it's the way they're holding their shape to the All Blacks, isn't it, Marshy? Having players in motion and then just executing those skills, draw and pass. Well done.
Well, this does not look good for this very new look Tongan side. So many problems they've had getting the team together, and this is the worst possible start. Mo'unga handy to the posts. And the All Blacks at the moment, they're not going point a minute, they're going 3 points a minute. 19-0. Brad Weber the try.
Well, they have to reset Tonga. At the moment, they're trying to play the territory game, but the All Blacks are prepared to counter-attack. James Fiver has kicked everything back. If he gets kicked this ball now, the message has to be, let's carry, see what we can make with ball in hand, rather than from the boot.
Once again, it's Jordan. Nonchalantly fires it away to Quinn Tupaia.
Outside, take him back.
Don't think we're going to see a lot of kicking tonight from the All Blacks. Mo'unga got options either way. Ball's been knocked away by Fine and Nessie. Referee says knock on only. Well, Damien McKenzie, he doesn't care whether it's a knock on or a penalty. He's away. Akira Ioane in support. And they've got the ball back up towards the 10 already. Carl Tui Nukuafe with the carry. Weber clears it. Mo'unga, lovely width on the All Blacks early on. Jordan, he could cut them to pieces. The form he's been in, delays it nicely. Tupaia, summing up his options, goes into contact. And they're just 10 from the line. Coles turns it back in field. They're in again. It's Jordan.
That's coast to coast. Initiated by Damien McKenzie. Dare I say it, I thought the All Blacks almost butchered it. They had half a dozen men on the inside of Jordan as he makes the line break. Keep a track on the players that's supporting him. He was always opting for the outside, but the inside pass was on. Instead, he went to the outside, but the good thing those support players did was gravitate towards the ball. And that second man in, Dane Coles, gets to the breakdown, picks it up. That's the key movement. Jordan stays on his feet. Razzle dazzle, it's all go here at Mount Smart.
Yeah, well, the thing is too, it's the second backball that's really causing confusion defensively for the Tongans. They're jamming in and it's creating an overlap for the All Blacks. They do well, this Quinn Tupaia, just to hold this ball, settle it down. He gets nice clean out there from Luke Jacobson, and then Dane Cole's always aware with that pass.
Get everyone on the halfway line of his kickoff, make sure everyone's behind.
Oh, plenty of action already, and it's all one way. Mo'unga has the ball placed just a couple of metres in from the right wing touch. No breeze at all to contend with tonight. Taking his time. Again, just pushed away to the left, that kick from the right. So just have a look at Will Jordan here, Justin.
Yeah, just so good on his feet, Will Jordan. Ability to keep himself in the game as well. And as you can see there, Dane Coles, he stays in the game, Will Jordan.
He is the subject of our player cam tonight. Special channel allocated, channel 50 in New Zealand, just to watch this man. He won the popular vote amongst the fans. They wanted to see him, and he's been heavily involved already. They try a change of direction with the restart, and McKenzie. Oh, absolute change of tactics. He's put the ball into touch, and we're finally going to get a set piece.
Which will be a relief for Tonga. It's an interesting tactic. I thought the All Blacks would have kept them under the pump, Tonga. So this gives them a chance to get that set piece. They can get it right and get into their work, get their phase work going.
Okay, good space,
Samuela Morley, the Marlborough Boys College, brother of an All Black. Zane Capelli in jersey 5, but they go to Tuipulotu, can't take it cleanly, but Capelli manages to free it up for the first time in the game. Tonga have the ball, but they've lost it straight away. Akira Ioane with the pass, Mo'unga, McKenzie, here they come again, Rico Ioane. Sets it nicely. Carl Tui Nukuafe.
Yeah, balls up, balls up.
Well, they've held him up. Can they smother it? No, they can't. It's there for Weber. Mo'unga quickly away. Barrett lengthening stride. Weber again through the hands. Akira Ioane with the bump up on Capelli. Mo'unga. Barrett once more. Up to halfway. Mo'unga is just a moment of waiting and then releasing the talent. Although that time, the pass from McKenzie, not all that accurate, but they keep the ball alive. Jordan is there. Weber fires it away. Short pass, Whitelock away to Mo'unga. Lovely off the deck. Here's Coles in space. Pass away to Jacobson. Now steaming down the touchline is Ioane off the pass from Bridge. Coles goes in to clear it. Tupaya has a look. Gets through the first tackle, then loses possession. And Tonga have it just out from their own goal line. They'll have a scrum.
First by Black over here on the ground. Red scrum.
Well, they're just getting on the outside of Tonga at the moment, the All Blacks. The big problem is not only the width that the All Blacks are playing with, the footwork of Ritsu Mo'unga that should skin anybody in the game, but it's the fact that there's a massive fracture in their defensive line, and that fracture is right in the middle of their defensive line. Now, if you're going to defend, you either come up from the inside, that leads, and then everybody drifts, or you come outside to in, led by the wingers and the outsides. What Tonga are doing are coming two players up in the middle, and it's leaving everybody else exposed. Man, they need to get that right, or they're going to get cut open all day. That's defensive basics. They're really failing it at the moment.
What's really scary is that after 13 minutes, Tonga have made 19 tackles, but they've missed 11.
Guys, just come up, please. Hold the weight, bind. We get stability, then set. You guys are good.
Big weight
Hold
advantage for the All Blacks, but also a huge experience advantage. Sam Whitelock playing as 123rd test. He's got more test caps than the whole Tongan team put together.
Hey, should hold.
Tonga, two newcomers in the front row, one in the second, an all-new loose trio.
Set. Steady. On the ball.
Joy Palotu comes away with it, and a high shot from
Over the shoulder onto the net.
Ioane.
That's a penalty.
It's a much-needed penalty here for Tonga.
Just right up. High tackle penalty.
Of course, for Tonga, this is a very important step towards a couple of matches that are on the horizon for them against Samoa. They play a home and away series against them for World Cup qualification. Well, that ball hasn't gone into touch. They keep giving the All Blacks possession. Jordan dropping it onto the foot. And that one sailing over the touchline, although an opportunity here for Mo'unga to fire it in. McKenzie was waiting for it. Now George Bridge, Jacobson accelerating into contact, looking for an offload, pops it away to Bridge, who did well to hang on to that. Jacobson now pops the ball away to Barrett, out the back door to McKenzie, trying to thread his way through, ducks under one from Capelli. His Chiefs teammate keeps it alive, Weber. Now Ta'avao in space, Angus Ta'avao, Weber.
Just playing at too big a tempo at the moment, the All Blacks. The minute that Brad Weber steps out from this breakdown, there was nobody that was going to get in his way. Jacobson, this is the channels that they want that number 8, number 6 playing. We've seen Ioane out there and offload, good hands from Bridge. That's the pattern, that's the areas you want those guys carrying. He steps out from that ruck. There's miles of space. Ta'avao with the big dummy back on the inside. Hey, if you can do it on the outside backs, Angus Ta'avao says, anyone can do it in the front row, mate.
The concerning thing is, for me, Marshy, in terms of Tonga, already a lot of hands on hips, just the game speed you spoke about, the tempo the All Blacks are playing, it's just too high at the moment.
Mo'unga adds the extras. It's already 31-0, 16 minutes gone. The try by Brad Weber. Yes, a lot of the Tonga players coming out of club rugby. It's just a world away.
Oh, it is. Look at this from Ta'avao. Little dummy to the outside, one-handed offload on the inside, and Brad Weber, not many halfbacks in the game run that line better than him. Conducive to 2 tries already tonight, and a lot more unless Tonga get this right. They're fatigued. Tonga taking a long time to get back to halfway. Exactly what KG just spoke about. Hands on hips already because of the tempo the All Blacks are playing at.
Just maybe an effort just to try and slow things down a little. It's Halihala, who's getting plenty of kick-off practice already. 31 points to nil. Mackenzie to Paya. Looks like he's been given a bit of freedom to run the ball back from the restarts. Mackenzie waiting in the pocket, but Webber is the man who kicks. Nicely taken in the end by Favour, but the chase is good. And the All Blacks looking to drive through. George Bridge towed through by Coles, pounced on by Bridge, and the All Blacks have got it, and there's space on the blind side. Akira Ioane putting the kick through. And now return downfield. Mackenzie kicking out towards the flank. And here is Jose Salmaki. He's been a real star in Japanese club rugby for the Cannon Eagles and for the Sunwolves.
Release!
Love to get some ball into his hands. Carry from Don Lolo, who's been playing club rugby in Dunedin for the Tairi Club. Quickly through the hands, Salmaki. Just a bit of time and possession here. Cleared away by Takalua. 5 phases, that's the most they've had in the game. And then they kick. And Jordan takes it. Plenty of time to have a look. Straightening. Upended. Good tackle made by Lolo, but he frees it up. Moonga. Nice deft work again. Ioane to Paya now. Puts the kick ahead. And all bounces. In the end, it's knocked back nicely. The Tongans have it, but over the touchline they go. All Blacks take it quickly. Mackenzie. Well, there's just no time to rest and reset. And here they come again. And Jordan's in it for a second try.
Just opening up now absolutely everywhere, the All Blacks. They broke out from deep with some dazzling footwork again from Ritu Mo'unga. The kick ahead from Tupaia. They had to take it over the touchline, Tonga. Tupaia was right there, flicked a wide pass to Mo'unga. Just a right foot step from Damien McKenzie back to Mo'unga, and there you go, the man that's been all over this game so far. Will Jordan goes in for a second.
He's just too classy for that, isn't he? McKenzie just drifts across. George, 3 defenders, no one on the inside, and that's just too easy.
38-0. And already you start to think about the record books. This has been the killer. As Justin mentioned, there's just so many openings through the middle.
How dangerous, though, are the All Blacks with the way that they're playing at the moment? I know Tonga are guilty of falling off tackles, but appropriately we have Will Jordan in shot because he's the man I wanted to talk about. The way that he's instigated their counter-attack, drifting across the field to the midfield there to set them up on the outside. Then you've got Mackenzie coming in as a first receiver, second receiver Mo'unga, George Bridge is all over the park. These guys are getting a license to roam, and they are all got skills to be able to step in and open you up big time.
Quarter of the way through the game. First meeting for these teams together since 2019 when they met in Hamilton ahead of the World Cup. The All Blacks on that occasion winning 92-7. And looking set to threaten that tonight. Biggest margin between these two sides. Well, it's a bit more than that. North Harbour Stadium in 2000. I think you played in that game, Justin, 102-0.
Yeah, that was a good night out at the office, but this could be worse unless Tonga get their act together very quickly.
Knocked away by Jacobson. Coles frees it up, so they miss an opportunity at set piece. And once more they spread it, the All Blacks. Mackenzie, with that one going over the shoulder of Jordan into touch.
Better D though, TJ, better D from the Tongan team. They're staying connected, going across, everyone was covered. No inside help either, well done.
I've got to come in and see it earlier, okay? Bring them in.
Geordie Barrett, Finley Christie, opportunity tonight to play his first test. I'm sure we'll see him.
Space back, stay there.
And Morley with the throw, lobs it down the back, not straight.
Straight. Sam, scrum my line out. Scrum call.
So Samuela, Morley, not on target. Well, there's a great man, Torai Kefu, great Wallaby international, who's now coaching the Tonga team, and he's a lot more relaxed in the All Black coaching box. Say things weren't easy for Kefu. We hear that something like 20 players were unavailable for various reasons. Some of them, Ben Tameafuna, Mafi Tuitavaki coming back from overseas, not quite able to play for this one. Some of them in quarantine, but we're also hearing of a number of players who didn't want to play because they were fearful of jeopardising opportunities with their clubs, contracts, and disturbingly, according to the chief executive of Tonga, Peter Harding, that some players were dissuaded from playing from their agents, and that's very disappointing to hear.
So in this particular setup, Will Jordan is lurking menacingly in behind the scrum, and this is a great shot of it. You can see the width that Bridge has got. So the area that they'll be aiming for, you see the 1, 2, 3 Tonga defenders to the right. They'll be looking to hook that third defender in and get outside him, which is just outside Rike Ioane's shoulder there. If they can manipulate that area, that's trouble for Tonga.
Keep it up.
Now the All Blacks power it up at scrum time. Penalty advantage. Moonga kicks out towards the wing. It's a good run too for his Crusaders teammate George Bridge. The kick ahead into the in goal, but Salmaki is going to get back there and force it. Back to the 22, in case you're wondering. Not the same law variations for the internationals as we saw in Super Rugby. No goal line dropouts. We will see some of those variations later on the year, although not the 20-minute red card. That was vetoed by a couple of the big powers of the Northern Hemisphere. Rieko Ioane with the run, and again the All Blacks go on to the attack. Karl Tui Nukuafe making the tackle on him as Sila Tuafisi. And the All Blacks penalised here. Only 2 penalties in the game. They've both gone to Tonga.
Yeah, well done. Good to finally get a legitimate turnover and an opportunity to kick, try and get their set piece right and launch something. Tonga, that was earned, that was. Better breakdown, better execution at getting the turnover. Over the ball, Funaki did his job. I'm fascinated in that, TJ. Are they bigger powers than the Southern Hemisphere powers, are they, these people that are making those decisions?
Well, I understand it was well, what I read was that England and France didn't like it because they felt that it wasn't a sufficient deterrent, and so it wasn't passed. Feeling that if players get red carded, that should be it, that no one should be able to replace them.
Yeah, so they'd rather see the game go into a one-sided contest. Well, we got the benefits of it in our Aotearoa and Trans-Tasman comp over here, and it was brilliant to see teams not really hurt.
Again, scramble for line-out ball, and actually lost by the All Blacks, so Tonga get it back. They hadn't controlled the line-out. Here's Kapatolo, the Wellingtonian. Now he's played over 100 games for the Petone club. Tuipolotu charging at his opposite number, Luke Jacobson. Signs that just stem the bleeding for a bit here, Tonga, and starting to get a bit of possession. Molly, nice drive ahead too, and it's there for Takalua. Passes away to Funaki, the open side flanker. Now they bring it back to Molly on the left. No really for Kali Hala to go, so he takes it in. Tuipolotu again. Papali'i latching onto it, but just losing the ball as it came out. Dropped by Funaki. And just as the All Blacks look set to break away with it, they'll come back. There was a little knock-on at the breakdown.
Great turnover by Stephen Black, who just knocks it on the process. Read scrum.
Yeah, Dalton Papali'i did well, got his hands on the ball, but just as he came up with it, lost his grip on possession. The All Blacks playing without Sam Cane, injured. So a great opportunity for Papali'i, who has developed into such a powerful force. Well, I don't know whether any self-respecting forward would be seen with a hot water bottle, Justin, but the backs are keeping their hands warm.
The forwards are just more clever. They've passed the hot water bottles along when they're not in shot to the backs to make them look tough. I'm sure they've had their hands on it though, TJ.
I just spoke to Geordie, he said it's cold water, lads.
Well, let's have a look at Will Jordan, the licence to roam. Strong, breaks tackles, gets across the park. His support play is excellent. Predominantly a fullback, but his adjustment to the right wing, being able to switch position and get himself into the game has been exceptional. He's been an outstanding player in the opening 27 minutes of this match. Will Jordan on the right wing. Man, he is in scintillating form this season.
What's so special about him too, Justin? You just look at that package. He does all the little things well. There's no flash stuff. Yeah, sure, he's got some skill, but holding the ball in two hands, straightening the play up, excellent stuff from him.
Yeah, he's got game. He's strong, he's fast, but he's got a great skill set, and I like that idea that you mentioned, Justin, license to roam.
Fine!
Sonatani Takalua, who takes over as captain from one of Tonga's greats, Siali Piotau, comes away with it, goes for a bit of a run too. Moonga got underneath him, puts him on the ground, picked up by Tui Polotu, so they're starting to get a bit more ball here, Tonga. 27 minutes gone, the All Blacks haven't added to that score. Takalua, and fires it into the retreating Angus Ta'avao, nicely done, gets a penalty. Bit of a cheer goes up from the crowd. What do they do with it?
Well, that was better. And what was better about it was the fact that they were actually cleaning out a lot better and getting past the ball for Takalua to be able to start getting his running game and getting his forwards punching onto the ball rather than it be static. They've opted for the line out, which there are no surprises for there, so they need to get their execution right. At the moment, it's been a bit wobbly. The All Blacks will no doubt pressure them here, probably compete.
Well, the line out hasn't been convincing so far. They've struggled to get clean possession. Well, what a try here would do for them after this horrendous start. Over the back it goes, and they've got it. Tui Polotu. Oh, but one of the All Blacks has got in there and ripped it away. That's some great work, and now they'll spray. No, George Bridge can't hang on to it. So they'll have a scrum, 5 out from the goal line.
I saw something I haven't seen before. That was Dane Coles jumping in the line out. He was right at the back, having a dig at the ball there. However, it was that man again, Dalton Papali'i, who managed to snatch it out of Tonga's grasp. The All Blacks tried to move it from deep, couldn't quite handle it, so they stay and maintain the pressure.
And the scrum's been pretty good so far from Tonga here, Marshy, so they'll have a good platform to launch from if they can get another one here.
No hit on shoulder, bind on the back.
Well, he's big and strong, Sione Tuipolotu off the back. If he can get a good platform, and the strength of Sonatani Takalua is his running game. If they can get a little bounce out here, bring Akira Ioane in, and then hook in Moonga, there's a chance to the right. They need the platform, but definitely right is on as we look at it.
Sit!
Hala and Puliaki play together in club rugby. All Blacks put the shove on though, and they win a penalty. Carl Tui Nuku up it, job done.
I was staying straight.
Another line out quickly for Sam Whitelock. Ioane, that's Akira up towards the 10. Weber, the All Blacks will try and get something going again. A bit of a lull in the scoring here as Tonga have started to settle down a little bit after a bad start. Ball floated across the top. Coles, what a great pass. George Bridges there. Coming now for Weber. Low pass picked up nicely by Whitelock. Just starting to contest it, break down a bit more too, but a bit of space now. McKenzie stepping. Can't stop him. Eventually gets it away to Scott Barrett, who makes good ground. Penalty though.
Straight off.
Off the feet.
Number 8.
Jacobson.
Straight off.
Said a bit of a lull. It's been 11 minutes since we've had any points scored. I think 20th minute of the game. That's encouraging for Tonga. Have another go at launching something from a line out. Zane Capelli there, who follows his father into international rugby. Rudy. Again, very slow and deliberate. They walk to the line out. Again, the All Blacks, well, they're contesting everything, but Capelli's got it. Fired away by Takalua. Morley goes hard at Dalton Papali'i, who's such a great defender. Now Whitelock with the tackle. Takalua away to Solomone Funaki from the Hawke's Bay.
Tackle, roll!
Having trouble getting momentum going here at the moment. Tui Polotu put on the ground. Morley now moving it on. The ball doesn't find the man. And having to dive on it is Kali Hala. So they've gone back to the 10-metre mark. Takalua. Now here's Don Lolo. Working away. Getting some continuity into their game now. The ball's been dropped though. And so some good work comes to nothing as it's put on the ground by Kafatolo. It'll be a scrum.
Yeah, problem is for Tonga, even though in continuity, what they're not doing is committing All Black players to the breakdown. So basically the All Blacks are spreading. They're only really committing the tackler and possibly an aggressive counter rucker. And so they've got lots of players on their feet defending. What Tonga need to do is perhaps challenge them through the middle a little bit, just to gravitate some people towards that area.
Bit of attention for Angus Ta'avao. Pete Gallagher, the trainer, out there. Lots of red in the crowd tonight. Mount Smart Stadium, the home of the Warriors Rugby League team. They bought the game here, I guess, close to the traditional heart of Pacifica Rugby. As we look at Dalton Papali'i, his impact on the game so far.
Yeah, look, he's just a workaholic, Dalton Papali'i. Energetic in around any breakdown, wants to get his hands on it. He's got good technique. He's certainly bulked up this year, nice and strong on his feet. But also his carry has really improved, busting tackles as a result of that fitness level that he's got himself to. And what a season he has had so far, Dalton Papali'i, carrying it on in the international stage for the All Blacks.
Well, entering an important period of time now. 6 minutes left in the half. Tonga can stop the All Blacks from scoring before half-time. I feel like they're getting somewhere.
Fine! Sit!
The All Blacks with a set piece. Players both sides of the scrum.
Easy, guys. Guys, it needs to be easy, because when I say bind, we've got to keep the weight, we've got to keep our height up here, okay?
Again, I just like the nice little off the platform, little bounce out. Jacobson can take a couple of steps to push Weber away. And then the threat of Damien McKenzie will show there. See, the Tonga have to defend like that because they're worried about the space in behind them. James Fava, I should say, is quite deep. You can see him there, so they have to be aware of the kick that can go in behind them. So they have to sit back a little bit. So nice flat passing. We'll see them outflanked.
Now the All Blacks get a penalty advantage, and they can have a go, and they go out to the left. Tupaya taken in the tackle by Fine Inise. Here's Karl Tuinukuafe. Still playing under advantage. Ta'aval brushes off Ngini. The first tackle. Mo'unga. McKenzie quickly through the hands. Jordan. Akira Ioane. Talk about giving license to roam. Able to play wide on the flanks. Now a chance to spread it. Rieko Ioane, Jacobson, Bridge, Papali'i. Offloading it, keeping it alive was George Bridge. That's the 10-metre mark. Weber to Inukuafe, breaking the first line. Inise getting in there, trying to rip it away. Battered back by Weber. Great footwork from Mo'unga. And some from Dane Coles as well. Weber. Now McKenzie. Threatening again down the flanks. Oh, lovely hands from Quinn Tupaya. Held up by Bridge. Here's Papali'i. And he's in. Second try for Dalton Papali'i.
Great finish from Dalton Papali'i. The All Blacks had to roll their sleeves up a little bit this time, but you could really see the semblance of their shape that they're trying to use. Akira Ioane dropped straight from the scrum. He was in the outside channel, so was Coles, and then eventually when they got it to the midfield, width on the pass, Papaya, beautiful hands. That's what they want to see from their 12s, the ability to catch and pass in one movement. Same from Bridge. Papali'i goes in for his second. Lovely, lovely hands from Ioane.
Yeah, the width, wasn't it, from the All Blacks? You see Ioane just straighten onto Quinn Tupaya with a quick transfer. And then Dalton Papali'i, you spoke about his fitness levels, and the speeds come with it.
When I talk about that shape, it's a familiar pattern that we saw them using 4 or 5 years ago, where they used Kieran Reid so effectively in the 5-metre channels as a carrier. Sort of went away from that, and he was playing a bit tighter. But the likes of Akira Ioane, Papali'i, those guys are now operating in those zones, and Dane Coles as well. It's a real shift in their shape.
Well, that 12-13 minute lull in the scoring broken. And Mo'unga drawing it back in towards the post, but unable to raise the flags. 43-0.
Just the catch and pass is so good. You see, he just turns the defender inside and out. Just that little bit of hesitation. He couldn't come back, could he? Hala, but Dalton Papali'i gets a double in this first 40.
Yeah, there's a really good touch from Tupaya and a delay from Bridge. Created all the space he needed. Hala playing in the 10 jersey. We've seen him playing for Counties Manukau, wearing the wingers jersey. Now McKenzie, they've been quite happy to boot the ball back from the kickoff. They'll contest the line out, which will take place just on the Tonga side of halfway.
Okay, Tonga, come in. Come in, Tonga. Come in.
Tonga just trying to slow the pace down a little bit. The referee urging them to get into the line out. And Angus Ta'aval was the man who knocked that one back for the All Blacks. He doesn't win too many line outs either. Weber fishes it out. Sam Whitelock taken in the tackle by Kapatolu. Mo'unga on Tupaya, bumping off the tackle of Hala. Weber All lined up, stacked up away to the left. Jacobson, nice little catch off the no-look pass. Mo'unga threading it wide. Jordan Coles. Well, boy, they had about a 5-on-1 and the ball's been lost.
Well, again, what they're doing, though, is creating problems for Tonga on that outside. Jacobson probably could have offloaded. He opted to take the contact anyway, and from that contact, they had created a 7 or 8 on 2 or 3. Coles couldn't quite handle. Jordan flicked it on. You could see Bridge outside. They had plenty of opportunity there.
So Tonga, they'll just want to get the ball in and out of this scrum and head for the sanctuary of the shed. The All Blacks, I'm sure, will try and put the heat on here. Here it comes. Free kick.
Unstable. Lucid, you've gone to the ground again. Unstable for the ball's in.
Duke Ningi is the man who's been free kicked here. Jacobson just gets the call, takes the tap. Barrett charges into Kapeli. Jacobson, beautiful ball away to Dalton Papali'i. Another one to Tupaia, who's looked good. Now Mo'unga wide to Akira Ioane. Coming at him was Salmaki, but manages to keep it going forward, and they work their way through the middle of the ruck. Weber, our numbers away to the left again. Ta'avao breaks a tackle. Into the red at the end of the first half. Can the All Blacks finish off with another try? Been a rampant start to the game for them. Weber, Tupaia just scrambling to get out of the way. Tui Mukawape. Tonga, yeah, great work at the breakdown. That's Ningi. It was the loose head prop. Duke Ningi got in there, got his hands on the ball, and a relieving penalty to end the first 40. Takalua bangs it into touch. Rampant start from the All Blacks. Tonga managed to slow them down a bit in the second quarter, but still a very big lead at half-time here at Mount Smart Stadium. New Zealand 43, Tonga 0. From the All Blacks, no changes to either side here at Mount Smart. The starting 15's intact as Kalioni Hala prepares to start the second half. The All Blacks 7 tries to 0 in the first, leading 43-0.
Yeah, we're ready now.
And that pretty much sums up a lot of what's going on in the crowd here tonight. Hala starts the second half. Damien McKenzie away to Quinn Tupaia. Again charged with bringing the ball back, and straight away there's a penalty. Just got a bit high. And so Richie Mo'unga straight away gets a chance to put it up over halfway, and the All Blacks will try and launch something from a line out. Quickly to the line out they go too. Going nice and high at the back was Jacobson. Tupaia, good charge from him. Out Mo'unga, McKenzie quickly through the hands. Bridgeon, lovely touch on to Jordan. Starting the second half with purpose, the All Blacks, although it's been nicked away by Salmaki for Tonga. Great work from the winger, and the All Blacks have to double back. Plenty of numbers back though. Rieko Ioane is one of them. Dance between two tacklers. And it's there. McKenzie. Long raking punt, driving them back, and gets the little kick at the end too. Bounces off into touch. Sends Tonga right back to their own goal line.
Well, what's good to see again is that balance. The first two players dropping back for that counter-attack with Dane Coles and Dalton Papali'i. Coles ended up cleaning the ruck, and then McKenzie stepped in as first receiver. Mo'unga was outside him, wasn't needed by McKenzie. Breaks off a 50-metre kick, and Tonga are under pressure in their line-out immediately into the second half.
Who's in?
Yeah, they have not been convincing at line-out time, Tonga. All Blacks challenging everything. Oh, they fired this one straight to Dane Coles. And the All Black hooker has it. Jacobson has a charge at the line. They'll drive him over. Can he get it down? Yes. Luke Jacobson, the try.
Well, you absolutely cannot coach experience. And Dane Coles, he knew what some of the mandatory exits are in this zone, which is the long throw over the 15. Coles was there first, reads it perfectly. His timing was bang on. It wasn't illegal. Absolutely genius bit of play from Dane Coles. And then the carry from Jacobson, the assist from Whitelock. And again, the All Blacks start the second half like they did the first with an early try.
Yeah, and everything was on their heels from the Tongan team there, from the line out. No one come up to take their ball from the throw, and then when they were sit on their defence once again, just sitting on their heels.
You say the assist there from Sam Whitelock. I'll give the padding of the goalpost a little bit of a nod there too. He used it so well, spun around on the padding, got the ball down, and Tonga now back to a crawl, coming back to halfway. 50 up.
Sorry, TJ, I did mention the execution of Dane Coles and being in the right place, but also the line out. When you are going over that 15, that's got to be going 20 metres, that throw, to the player coming from the goal line, and it wasn't executed properly from hooker Molly, so that was part of the problem as well. They didn't get that line out right again.
So Hala, for the 9th time in the game, kicks off. McKenzie, a long punt. Boy, they're singing off his boot tonight. Not a lot of kicking, but he's kicking well.
Okay, Tonga, this is your mark here. Bring them in, okay? Bring them in. Stay there, Black.
Sam Whitelock.
No, Tonga, come here. It's your mark. Bring them in.
123rd test. Closing in on Kieran Reid as the 3rd most cap. Barrett gets up, takes it away from them. They just can't win their own lineouts here. Ioane goes at the heart of the defence, taken by the 2 flankers, but they get it wide quickly. Jordan lobs a little kick ahead. Pressure on at the back. Oh, nicely done, though, by Fine Nese, a man out of Westlake Boys High School, and North Harbour playing in his first test match.
Play on, backward.
Scrambled away in the end by Takalua.
Wait.
A bit more control over it this time, and he looks like he'll fire it back. And Kalihala onto the left foot, does not find touch, and that's asking for trouble. Mo'unga, the pass didn't quite reach bridge, but quick skills from Coles. Gets back to his feet, dances through a couple, puts the kick ahead. He's a hooker, remember? And back it goes. It might go too far. Yes, it does.
Number 2, you're in front.
Well, what a remarkable player Dane Coles is. Not the great result in the end, but how about this?
He's got all the skills, Dane Coles, to get down on the ball, back to his feet, beat a defender off the left foot. A little bit of acceleration, which we know he's got gas, and then the opportunist that he is, looking for a favourable bounce off a speculative kick. Skill set galore.
Well, rather bravely, Tonga have opted for a scrum. They could have taken a drop out from the 22.
God, man, I know this is going to sound harsh, but if I was to have one criticism of the All Blacks, I think probably those 50-50 kicks. We've seen a few of them, Akira Ioane, George Bridge. There was
keep it up.
Instances where I think that they could probably take the tough option of carrying those wingers, those last players at the end of the chain, rather than going for that 50-50 option of the chip kick. Roll your sleeves up, take a defender on, reset.
Keep it up.
Weber puts it in. They've been milking scrum penalties. Lovely platform to Jacobson Moore. The ball squirting away from him as Takalua makes a good tackle. A good player, this fellow. He's played all around the world, played for Northland for a while, but he's been at too long. He's got a hard act to follow his captain, Siali Piutau. Highly respected player, but 38 caps. He's got a lot of experience and a lot of quality about him.
1, 2, and 3.
Talk about quality. There's a lot of quality coming off for the All Blacks. The whole front row. Tunukuafe, Coles and Ta'abel's evenings are done. On in 16 is Asafa Omua, 18 Tyrell Lomax, and congratulations, a debut for the Crusader, George Bauer.
Oh, what a great moment this is for George Bauer. 29-year-old from Wellington, A great moment for him, for his family, and also for Taita College, their first All Black. And who'd been playing club rugby in Dunedin as he was training to be a teacher. And picked up by the Crusaders by Scott Robertson. And here he is playing his first test match for the All Blacks at the age of 29.
Sit! Stay nine.
Pretty good start too for the new front row. They skirted away to Webber. And space out wide. McKenzie. And Jordan goes in for number 3.
Well, just check out some of the micro skills within this movement. Firstly, the pick up from Jacobson. It was just a little flick out of one hand to Webber, so he just flicks it up. Webber with the pass to Mo'unga, out the back of 2 runners. Bridge makes a great decision. McKenzie carries right to the last defender, and Will Jordan can run it in easy as you like.
Yeah, they've been battling with that back ball all night, but this is a hard pass at full noise. McKenzie flashed straight across the face, and that's absolutely brilliant skill execution, as you mentioned.
No, he's more than doubled his test tally in his 3rd test, up to 5 tries in international rugby. Will Jordan, 55-0. Well, he's had a few from out on the touchline tonight. Closing in on 200 points in Test rugby. He's up to 190. Might get the chance to make the double ton tonight. No, not that one. Of course, at some stage they'll bring on Bowden Barrett, but Will Jordan, 3 tries.
Let's just have a look at the work of George Bridge. Talk about wingers working in tandem. If we pause it here, here's Bridge coming from the left. Makes a great decision as we roll it on. McKenzie's in space, brings that last defender onto McKenzie, and finished by Jordan. Superb work, the 2 wingers.
Yeah, well, once again, just getting caught defensively, Tonga, so they've made a few substitutes. On a 17 is Valemi, on in jersey 20 is Viliami Tolani on debut, and also in jersey 23, debut for Walter Fafita.
This time the kick goes down the middle, is nicely done by Rico Ioane. Offloads to his brother Akira, busting tackles as well. And the looking set almost to cut loose again. Barrett with the carry. Nice clean ball. And an early touch for Tyrell Lomax. Gets the help he needs. Make sure the ball comes back. Bauer with a nice pass away, and here steaming onto it is Bridge. He's been the provider tonight. McKenzie. Nice. Oh, Webber. That's lovely. That's really good play. Bridge involved again, and Brad Webber's in.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's just timing of pass just before contact, and it all started from Quinn Tupaia. I tell you, the selectors will love what they're seeing from this young man, because he's the one who shifts at the right time. Nice from Bauer. The shift there from Tupaia was perfect. McKenzie's timing was excellent. Bridge takes it all the way to bang, bang, bang. Oh, man, that's good. Just bringing defenders in and shifting it on at the right time.
Yeah, hole running and McKenzie amongst it as well. There's the back ball from Tupaia spoke about to his Chiefs teammate. McKenzie, the way he just positions himself is just so good.
Well, the last time George Bridge played against Tonga, he scored 4 tries. I reckon he's got at least that many try assists tonight at 62-0. Just 10 minutes into the second half. Not the finisher so far, but certainly a creator.
I think if Tonga are smart, what they do know from the All Blacks so far this evening is if they kick it deep to around where McKenzie is off this kickoff, he's quite likely to kick it to touch. So then you can set yourself from line out. So maybe just go for that long kick so you can get your hands on the ball.
Hala. Tonga managed to burn another minute or so, getting back to halfway. But boy, they're up against it now. They had a good second quarter in the first 40, but the All Blacks now starting to find a lethal rhythm. Mackenzie just getting involved at every opportunity. The Ioane brothers are tied together with a piece of string here tonight, and Akira's making ground again. Mackenzie, Barrett muscling it up over the 10. They're getting good quick ball. They take it to the short side. Lovely little infield pass to Bridge. Cleared away by Rico Ioane. Out the back door, Mackenzie floats it wide. What a pass to Jordan. Stepping, good tackle made by Anisi though.
Ball's out, all
Sam Whitelock arrives. Bauer, it's a bit of pace on it. Oh, you can tell he's loving being out there as an All Black. Almoa, they came at him hard, but he's so strong, able to ride the tackle. Mackenzie through the hands again to Bridge, stepping in between two tacklers. Pick and go from Akira Ioane, almost lost it. He did.
Bridge comes. 7 Black.
We've got a change here, TJ, for the All Blacks. There we see him there. A debut for Ethan Blackadder. Congratulations. Replacing Dalton Papali'i in 7.
Well, I'll give you a moment here, Marshy, because you played so much with his dad. What a great moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. There'll be a very proud dad, Todd Blackadder. Ethan Blackadder thoroughly deserves this debut. I remember him coming along to trainings with his dad. He was only a little man there back in the day, but he's changed his physique a little bit since then. But he always loved the game, and his dad was an All Black and a Crusader, and he'll be very proud of what Ethan's achieved this evening. Congratulations to him and the whole family.
And well done to Dalton Papali'i as well. Might have taken a little bit of a knock, but he has been very good. Yeah, Ethan Blackadder, interestingly, wasn't all that convinced when he was young that he wanted to play rugby. Didn't play first 15 rugby at Nelson College. Really took the game up with purpose after leaving school. But he's come back from a series of injuries in phenomenal touch.
It's been really good. You boys have held your way. Then when the ball's in, you go forward. Hold your way, pulls in, go. Perfect.
It's funny how genetics roll, though, isn't it? His father was a pretty uncompromising player who just played the game tough, run hard, worked hard, did all those little things that you don't notice in a game. He's certainly got a lot of that in his blood, son Ethan.
And literally very big boots to fill. I don't think his feet are the same size as his old man's. They're about size 15, weren't they?
Yeah. Steady!
Oh, it was a great, proud moment for Todd and the whole family. Takalua, what can they do with a bit of possession? Anisi, seen a couple of nice touches from him. Now Penikolo Latu, really been starved of opportunities. Left winger now, Tuipulotu, good run from him, changing the angle of attack. Brad Webber's gone down, he's taken a bit of a knock. Doesn't look all that good. Hala wrapped up by the oncoming All Black defence. Takalua is there to clear it away. Well, big Sila Tuapisi
Has ripped in the tackle,
tried to make a run. Great tackle from the two replacement front rowers. And here's Akira Ioane, gets it away to Moonga. And the All Blacks are in again. Turning defence into attack, they get another one.
Wow, they looked threatening for a minute there. Did Tonga? There was a carry from Sione Tuipulotu. That was the slow one. That really compromised their momentum, so they had two slow breakdowns in a row. The ball spilled out the back. Good decision from Scott Barrett. Equally a good one, unselfishly, from Akira Ioane to the speed of Michi Mo'unga.
Just numbered, loaded once again on that short side. Akira Ioane, he's done some good work tonight as well. A lot of heavy carries and a nice pass there.
So Richie Mo'unga, well, is he going to get a chance to bring up that 200 points in Test rugby? Here's Beauden Barrett, back in All Black rugby, and a debut for Finley Christie.
Have we done 14, Rich?
Barrett returns to New Zealand rugby, and Finlay Christie, another to make his debut. Born in Peebles in Scotland, came to New Zealand as a young man. Started off his sporting life as a gymnast, but now he's an All Black.
I can see their friendly fire on Brad Weber.
We just got to hope that's not serious, because this is a great opportunity for him. Was Aaron Smith not required for this one? A great opportunity for Brad Weber to really cement himself as the #2 halfback.
Tackle!
Finlay Christie, whose specialty, speed to the breakdown of his teams. Rico Ioane gliding through, turning it back to Jacobson. Christie, his first touch, turns it back to the support. Tupaia was there. Jacobson again. Jordan stretching out for #4.
Down the right-hand side, again, faultless decision-making either in the contact or just prior to the contact. That's what created the opportunity. On the right-hand side, just shifting the ball to where the space was. Nice from Jacobson. Equally from Rico Ioane, decided to put the foot down, back inside to Jacobson. Finlay Christie, back to Ioane. Little combo there, and then as they shift it across, Scott Barrett gets there as halfback because Christie cleaned the ruck. Again, Jacobson 3 times features. Will Jordan runs it in, team try, big time.
What's impressive from that angle is the square running, where the runners are able to just square up the defenders, and that's what creates the space on the outside. Simple stuff executed well.
Oh, Beauden Barrett. Here's Tally in Test rugby. Well, that's a nice easy return, isn't it? Kick right out in front to take him over 650 points, and it's 76-0, and there's still 25 minutes to play. Will Jordan becomes the 14th player to score 4 tries in a Test for the All Blacks. Ahead of him only Jeff Wilson on 5 and Mark Ellis on 6. What are the chances?
Pretty good, I would suggest, Tony. Pretty good.
Another restart. McKenzie coming forward for it. Nakata goes in to make sure the ball comes back. And Jacobson. A good carry from him. Barrett, change of tactics, puts one high. Jordan goes after it. Oh, takes it brilliantly. And what about the ball away to Jacobson? That's come back off a Tongan jersey. So it wasn't knocked on by the All Blacks. And Takalua has it, manages to scramble it away to Solomoni Funaki. At the short side they go, and here's Walter Fifita. Now he's worth having a look at, this fella. He played a bit for North Harbour last year. He's a big, strong winger, very big. Tonga taking it down to the 10-metre mark, still looking for their first points. Capelli. Whitelock going in on the tackle. Moved on by Puafisi. Offload from Inisi, but just a bit too hot to handle there for Viliami Taulani, the man from, well, he played for the Chiefs this year, didn't he? Had a good little cameo. He couldn't hang on to that one. Inisi played 7s for Tonga.
Look at this from Will Jordan. Eyes only for the ball, wins the contest in the air, and then just recognition of space. And again, it's that ability to make sure that you don't have a compromised ruck. There's 2 Tongan players there, so he offloads to a player who's in a better place.
And talk about repeat efforts. After that play, he got through and cleaned the next ruck. So he's such a, players are aware. Obviously, he's very confident talking there in the huddle.
Yep.
Well, it's one of the things they talk about, isn't it, Carl? Multiple involvements. But here's a nice sight, the return of a very popular player.
Yeah, we talk about legends in the game, but this guy in jersey 21, Nasi Manu, former skipper of the Highlanders, on in jersey 21, replacing Inisi.
So highly regarded, a man who has been through a lot in the last few years. Inisi leaves. His name will go up on the honours board, I'm sure, at Westlake Boys High School. He's an international player. I guess individual performances have to be judged in context tonight, but Jacobson's another one who's had a terrific game. Well, Nasi Manu's gone into the backs because they only went in with a 6-2 split. And so with a replacement needed, they've gone, or they've had to go to a forward, really. That looked a little bit forward, yes. In fact, that looked a lot forward.
Good to see the All Blacks were aware. Beauden Barrett and all his experience, he saw Nasi Manu lining up at second 5 and thought, well, that's a zone we don't want to run to. There's a pretty good defender in there, but he's going to be quite square, having not played there before. Didn't quite get their execution right, though. Certainly was a forward pass.
Well, great attacking opportunity here for Tonga. Marsh, if they can get their scrum square, so I'd give it to jersey 21 straight away, so here you go, champ.
Down against the veteran Sila Puafisi. Big shove from the All Blacks, but they're penalised this time.
So
illegal wheel.
First, you just walk around the loose head. Just walking around the loose head.
Probably the one thing that Tonga have struggled with, KT, is getting the ball to the outside channels in space. I think they're just a little flat. If they took a little bit of depth, which the All Blacks have done at time, and some transition runners coming in, they might have better opportunities to find space. I certainly think the All Blacks line speed is killing them.
Yeah, and with that flatness you're talking about, Marshall, is forcing them parallel, so you're right, that's why they're going sideways.
This line here.
Well, Tonga haven't been able to buy a line out. They've lost 4 off their own throw. Can Morley find the target? No, he can't. He finds Sam Whitelock instead. And now Bridge threading his way through. Lovely offload away to Black out of the hand-to-hand stuff from the All Blacks has been excellent tonight. Now they're playing under advantage. Barrett with a little chip kick too. 2 players after it. Gets it on the fly. Away to Ioane. He's in. Try number 13 for the All Blacks.
Oh, Beauden Barrett, welcome back. I tell you what, because he executed it perfectly, he took a shot for his trouble, because he went right to the line and got the timing perfect, which meant that nobody could adjust and turn around. So he goes forward, takes a shot, but Tapaia's there, recognised who was on the outside, which is Rico Ioane. The centres combine, and again they go coast to coast, the All Blacks.
I'll tell you what, the variations on the All Blacks kicks tonight have been absolutely brilliant. That occasion, just the chip and chase. Quintu Paia, again, the ball, the ability to take the ball and then straighten as well. Just so good.
Got a little rib tickler as he got the kick away for his troubles too, Beauden Barrett.
I'm sure he thought it was worth it.
Adds the extras, and they're into the 80s, 83-0. 19 still to play. Quintu Paia in that very important 12 jersey. He's done everything they would have wanted from him.
Yeah, he has, but what's really been impressive, we know he can carry and break tackles and run hard and straight, but what the All Blacks need is to be able to unleash their weapons on the outside. Now look at the tries that George Bridge, Will Jordan, Damien McKenzie scored, because he's recognised when to shift. He hasn't carried himself, he hasn't been greedy, he's moved it when he's needed to. And it's excellent for a 12 to be able to do that.
Probably the shortest kick they've tried all night. And although Scott Barrett didn't take it cleanly, Blackadder was there to tidy up. Almoa throws himself, Puafisi. McKenzie moves it on. There's another one who's done everything they could have possibly asked. They get a penalty here, Tonga.
They have to go scrum. It's been a lot more reliable than their line out.
Nice work from Tui Pelotu at the breakdown.
Come cool. 4 and 12 subs. 4 and 12.
A couple more changes here, subs. Patrick Tuipulotu's on in jersey 19, replacing Scott Barrett, and also in 23, Geordie Barrett on replacing the debutant Quinn Tupaia.
Well, Tupaia will leave the field. I'm sure to an appreciative response from the crowd. What a very good All Black debut he has had.
Certainly has. Stood up, fronted up, and not only him individually, but all of his whānau can be very proud of his debut tonight, because he's done everything right and he's done everything for the team, and that's what you want, to go out, enhance the jersey, be part of All Black culture, not an individual, and he certainly has achieved that big time.
And a great comeback too from a ruptured medial collateral ligament that he suffered in April. He's come back looking fit and strong.
Balls out.
Christie all over Tuipulotu. They've got it, Takulua. Working away on the short side. Here's Filemi.
Okay, now Black.
With the Queensland Red squad. Takulua, Tuipulotu. Ripped away by Whitelock, though picked up by Almua. Some great footwork from him. The Hurricanes hook up penalty. Been pinked for that a couple of times tonight.
Player on the ball on the side.
So their predicament is the dysfunctional line-out. They're going to persevere, but for me, the game's obviously gone for them quite a long time ago, so your best platform, your best to launch from. I know this gets you territory, but man, you've got to get it right. It hasn't happened all night for them. I hope they prove me wrong, but I would have gone for the scrum there, or just tapped it.
Well, they've lost their last 5 line-outs on the bounce, off their own throw. They've mixed it up, they've been pinched, they've been overthrown.
And they've tried variations. They've gone 5-man, 6-man, but the All Blacks have just been picking them off.
Well, they'll have to take positives from this somehow. They've got important games coming up against Samoa. There's another one that's gone over the top. Beauden Barrett can't reel it in, though. And here's big Fifita trying to hold him up. Powerful figure on the wing. Capelli going at them with purpose, but muscled to the ground by Whitelock. Semblance of a little break here for Fuku.
New knock on.
Players out of position all over the place now, Tonga, but they've got advantage here for the knock on. Mully, Takulua, low pass, they keep it alive. Squirts out on the All Black side, so they'll come back.
Knock on. Red scrum. Yeah. It's by Ethan in the tackle.
Say they've got 2 games coming up here against Samoa. Whoever comes away with the best outcome, the best aggregate or the most wins from a 2-game series will qualify directly for Rugby World Cup 2023.
Yeah.
First of them back here at Mount Smart next Saturday. Samoa involved earlier on tonight. Of course, the All Blacks in action in Dunedin next week against Fiji, first of 2 tests. Following weekend, Manu Samoa and Tonga in Hamilton. And from the same venue, second test between the All Blacks and Fiji. Big roar from the crowd, the Tongan people in the crowd urging their team to score some points. Can they do it? Have to work their way through a very determined All Black. There's Beauden Barrett in there, muscling it up with the big guys and earning a turnover.
That's excellent from Beauden Barrett. He had support from Ethan Blackadder as well, but once he recognised that that situation had developed into the point that it was a maul and he wouldn't allow it to go to ground, makes the initial contact. Finlay Christie's in there as well, 9 and 10 working. Blackadder adds his support. Sam Whitelock comes in late, but I think the 9 and 10 can claim that as a turnover, and a turnover from aggressive defence.
Bit of pent-up energy after 2 weeks in MIQ.
sure he's enjoyed the opportunity, even though he's come off the bench and he is in jersey 22, to play some rugby in his preferred position of 10. We saw him most of the time last year in the 15 jersey.
Jacobson takes it off the back, makes some good ground too. Rushing through the tackle for Nugget, getting a nice ball away to Christie. Blackadder's there in support, puts a lovely ball away to Johnny Barrett. McKenzie, he's going in for a bunch of fives. Jordan.
Yes, boy, Will Jordan. It was always worth a bet. Again, the sensational breakout was led by Jacobson off the back, and this is his strength. His ability to offload in the tackle. Bounces out, he's hard to get to with the fend, pops it on the inside. Finlay Christie with his speed, and now really good option from Blackadder. Get that ball away to space. Shift on from Barrett. Again from McKenzie, and Will Jordan, Fifer, yes, boy.
Oh, pretty to watch, isn't it, Marshy? Absolutely pretty. First to power, Finlay Christie. He's done this all season long. His support play's been brilliant. The summing up of the situation, hitting the right man at the right time. Ethan Blacker, he gives a nice pass over the top, and from there was all through the chain. And Will Jordan, absolutely 5-star, and he equals our very own Sky Sport legend, Jeff Wilson.
And look out, Macca, he's coming for you now. Mark Ellis scored 6 against Japan in the World Cup in 1995. Yeah. He said, I could have scored 2 more that day. Probably. Conversion misses, 88-0.
I would suggest a few other players probably could have been on the end of a pass to 2 and scored the odd try as well.
Well, yeah, that's one thing he never did 5 times in a match, and that's pass.
We're only teasing, Goldie. We're only teasing.
Yeah, we love you. Great player.
Yeah, just a couple of changes for Tonga on. Harrison, Mate Elliott there in jersey 19. Also, Siua Maele in jersey 16, replacing Sam Woolley.
The fans still in fantastic spirit. Irrepressible. And they'll be back here next week as well. That'll be a great occasion. But it's Tui Polotu getting enough of it to knock it down to Bridge, who's done everything except score a try tonight. Sam Whitelock rushes off the first, and that missed tackle count going up, although the breakdown penalty count probably favours Tonga in this match.
Hey, just get up, guys, get up. Good turnover.
They have to go for the scrum. Or the tap. I know they're not going to listen to me, and they'll continue to try and at least win one of these lineouts inside the 22, but it didn't work before. And the All Blacks, once they get that little sniff of opportunity, they won't give up at trying to turn the ball over, which means you have to be in all of your micro skills bang on. Lifting, jumping, timing, throwing has to be perfect.
Well, finally they secure one of their own lineouts. Maile has it in the back. Played for Manawa too. And the Rugby World Cup, Finlay Christie putting a big hit on his opposite. Latu getting involved, the winger. Crunch and clean out from Mateele. Moore thought about battling for a turnover, thought better of it, and here he is making the tackle. This time he goes in with his hands, but he can't make it. Tuafisi still out on the field, waiting for it. You imagine, you look at the crowd the way they are at the moment, what they would be like if Tonga managed to score a try. Oh, we're only 10 metres away from the line. Takalua, angled run from Manu. He's driven back. Take it away to the right. Latu. Penikulu Latu trying to get around Bridge. Can't do so. All Blacks trying to counter-ruck. And a little bit awkward, but Takalua does really well Hulla, nowhere for him to go. The All Blacks having to defend a few phases inside their own 22 and a penalty advantage, which they'll now play.
Boy, I tell you what, Ethan Blackadder, he's got his radar set and he's coming up and getting a shoulder on. I think he was inspired too by his Tasman Mako teammate, Finlay Christie, who decided he would put a shot on his opposite as well. Here we go, finally, a little bit of innovation, the tap from Tonga.
Well, the whole crowd roaring here, trying to will them over the line. Miley, squirts out on the All Blacks illegally.
Straight over again, your left hand's on the ground, you're scooping.
All Blacks conceding a few penalties here. In fact, the penalty count 11-3 against them, and 5 in 11 minutes. Takalua and Milo, you saw the little nod. He said, "Give it to me." Blackadder, brave, goes in, and he wins a penalty.
20, good release on the ball. 20 straight on the ball.
Great work from Ethan Blackadder. And the All Blacks take a quick tap. Rieko Ioane gets it away. Mackenzie Jordan, kick ahead. Doesn't sit up for them though, but Christie still got it. There was a little knock on.
That's the one, I think. And I know you're thinking, man, what are you doing criticising the All Blacks at 88-0? But for me, I just think at times the All Blacks, when they're not going to get bundled out into touch, they have opted quite a lot for that speculative kick forward. It can work in your favour, but it is never guaranteed that you're going to regather it. And I think sometimes they just needed to maybe take the hard contact and recycle.
And I think that's the thing John Plumtree spoke about, was keeping that discipline in the second half. Exactly what you're talking about there, Marshy.
I reckon I've just figured out what the 2 more was from this fella. He wants 2 more to eliminate Mark Ellis from the record books. I reckon that's what that's about.
A couple of pretty good try scorers there for the All Blacks, though, isn't there, to be fair?
Better rugby player than a
give
dancer.
them a little bit of chip. They certainly were 2 of the greats of the game. In fact, JK obviously spent a little bit of time here, not as a rugby player, but as a league player. Has regaling me his great stories of being a Warrior before the game, which pretty much put me to sleep, but he thought it was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, he and Mark Carter, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mark Ellis played for the Warriors
and
as well.
Mark Ellis played for the Warriors. Haven't been able to play here, and there's another penalty.
Okay, loose head, slipped in straight down. Sorry, tight head, slipped in straight down.
So Tonga, one thing though, at the back of their minds, will want to avoid, and that's 3 figures. Just 5 to play. The All Blacks would need 2 tries to get that far.
They're Tonga going to make their last change here, TJ. Jersey 3, Sela Korfisi's not over, and the late call-off for Lotangi Lee. Jersey 18, he's on.
The big former policeman from Massey High School, been playing for Northland, coming in late when, I think rather pedantically, Kalua Matangi was ruled unavailable because of a game he played for Hong Kong several years ago. But Tonga have it, still looking for their first points of this test match. It was taken into contact there by Nasi Manu, who's playing in the backs. Now Hulla trying to dance his way through. There's just been no way through for them tonight. Takalua, they've tried, but the gaps just haven't been there. No one's tried harder than Tui Polotu. And Don Lolo, who played his last first-class game in the Heartland Championship 4 years ago, he's still out there and doing everything he can. Takalua juggled and then lost by Milet. Kicked downfield by Christie. And Nikolai Fuliaki goes back, and he's immediately assailed by Rieko Ioane. Rips the ball off him, Christie. Now Tui Polotu, big storming run from Big Paddy, and he's in.
Well, it's been raining tries here at Mount Smart Stadium. The majority of them have been going to the loosies and the outside backs. However, Patrick Tuipulotu from the front five shows that he's also got the ability to put the hammer down and break tackles. He goes through that initial line and manages to find his way between the uprights.
Yeah, it was a very impressive. But Kita Ioane, first with the hit, second with the rip. They got it all started, and then he offloads as well. He's been outstanding today to Kita Ioane.
Yeah, a lot of constructive work, and Patrick Tuipulotu with the finish. Drop kick from Barrett, and now with 3 minutes to play, they're just 5 points away from the ton and 7 points away from equaling their record score against Tonga, set back in 2000. The way they're walking, Tonga take the most of that 3 minutes to get back to halfway. I know I've said it several times, but I've been doing it to try and keep some composure. Blackadder takes it down, wheels away. Christie waiting for it. All stacked up away to the right, quickly on from Barrett. Not a great pass, but McKenzie's there. He picks it up. Little dummy, some footwork. Back to Rico Ioane, now Sam Whitelock. Oh, great clean out, I think. Just Lomax going in there. Another little chip kick through. Jordan! Will it sit up? Oh, he's knocked it away. Oh, number 6 was in his sights.
They did scramble well, though, Tonga. I tell you, they've tried really hard this evening. They were always up against it. So many changes, so many players ruled out through either injury or not available. They've kept in the fight, and as you can see there, by staying in the fight, you've got a kick ahead from Beauden Barrett. Will Jordan, the try-scoring freak that he is in general, but tonight especially, could have made something of it, but there were 3 Tongan players there to make sure that he didn't. So they've stuck with it right into the dying moments of this match.
A rather weary look on the face of Sonatane Takulua.
Offside.
Front rows go down.
Okay, you guys are fine this side. Keep it high. Keep it up.
Sam Whitelock still out there.
You've got to keep it up. Okay, let's go.
Good binds. Captain, his 7th time as captain tonight for the All Blacks, and he's managed to preserve his winning record.
Time on.
Yeah, quite emphatically this evening. Certainly think that Ben O'Keefe and his officials have all done a good job this evening as well. They haven't even required Glenn Newman in the TMO box, but the game's been, yes, very one-sided, but it has been free-flowing. Controlled it well.
Well, there'll be plenty of talk about what do you get out of a scoreline like this, and that'll come after the game.
Here it is. Wait.
Tuipulotu.
Ball's out.
Off the back, and Kita Ioane's been solid on defence when required tonight. They get quickly up on Lee and Takulua. Well, they'll keep playing. But the All Blacks will keep trying to rip the ball off them and have one more try. No penalty.
Leave it. No. Wait, the mark's over here.
Let's work on. Penalty count up to 13-4. They won't be happy with that. It has been a bit of an issue for All Black teams in recent years. They take the tap, and well, Miley's been putting up his hands for work ever since he came on the field. Takulua.
Backwards.
Awkward. And the All Blacks getting some numbers there too, but Tonga have it. Mataele, Harrison Mataele, the
There it is, ball's there.
personal trainer. Actually gave up rugby for a while because of injuries. Making a test debut tonight for Tonga. Now, the back door, Geordie Barrett quickly up. Manu has to scramble back. Jordan all over him, drives him back inside the 22. All Blacks really want another try here. You can tell they're not satisfied yet. Christie, and they've got the turnover. McKenzie into the hands of Bowden Barrett, back in field to Jordan. Takes it to ground. Tui Polotu waiting for it. Oh, can they crack the 100? Whitelock with the carry. Christie away to McKenzie. Numbers away to the left. Oh, he's going to get one finally with the last play of the game. George Bridge gets a deserved try, and it's 100 up for the All Blacks.
Trend of the game. They finish the game like they started it, the All Blacks. There's been a try-scoring feast all evening. They had to work hard for the last one. Tonga were pretty resilient at holding on to the ball, but it was eventually the counter-ruck that turned it over, and then after a couple of phases from that, everybody just made good decisions, as they've done all evening, KT. It's shifting it on for Bridge to score.
Oh, yeah, once again, execution under pressure from the All Blacks. Like you said, sending numbers into that breakdown, finally getting the turnover and getting the rewards.
Well, this kick right out in front to equal the highest score that the All Blacks have ever scored against Tonga, their second century of points. Barrett makes his return to Test rugby, converts, and the All Blacks win it by 102-0. An emphatic start to their 2021 season. Let's take pause to remember the difficulties that Tonga had getting their team together for this, and the way they just kept battling away, but in the end just swept away by the All Blacks.